Next up at UFC Sao Paulo, we have Victor Hugo taking on Daniel Marcos. Victor Hugo 5-0 in his last 5, 24-4 in his entire career. He is riding a 13-fight win streak into his official UFC debut. He is stepping up on short notice here, and that does affect my fight pick. He's taking on Daniel Marcos, undefeated, 8 stoppages, which is honestly kind of nice because it tells you that he can win a decision. He can finish a fight. He's not all decisions. He's not all finishes, basically an even split. And Daniel Marcos is an effective striker. He's got a little bit of power. He's got some good accuracy. He does a nice job stringing together combinations, marching forward. He's going to throw 1-2s, follow up with a flying knee, and then elbow. Takedown defense is solid at 89%. And I mentioned 8 knockouts, 7 decisions. So we know that he's dangerous, and he's got enough cardio to win a decision. He's coming off that win over Davey Grant, where honestly, I don't think he did that much. Super low volume. You could argue that that wasn't even his fight to win. He's taking on Victor Hugo. What are you laughing at? Wow, okay. I see the comment.
Nothing.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's taking on Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo is a big guy. He does bounce between relatively. He's 135 pounds. Relatively speaking, you can
That's
get
bigger
tape
than
of
you
him.
think.
You can get tape of him fighting at 170 pounds and actually doing some work on his feet. He's a wild striker. He's going to come forward. He's going to bomb away with all of that power. And just like that wild, aggressive striking, his grappling can be wild and aggressive as well. He'll chase submissions, fall off, lose the position entirely. He is coming off a Contender Series win. Come fight night will be 4 weeks ago. This is a tough fight to pick. These odds are baffling to me. It must be because of the short notice. I just don't see how Daniel Marcos should be this big of a favorite. Yes, he's undefeated at 15-0, but he didn't look good in his last fight. And Victor Hugo is not Davey Grant. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw a bunch of bombs. He's going to work like crazy on the ground. The guy is on a 13-fight win streak, fighting at home. Plenty of experience. I'm still going to pick Daniel Marcos literally only because of the short notice. If you're a premium member, you see the confidence level, and it says very low. Like, I'm not that confident in Daniel Marcos. These odds are outlandish odds. These are not good odds. Victor Hugo might be some really good value at plus 215, but I am going to slightly lean Daniel Marcos literally only because of the short notice. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I'll tell you this. I respect...
Oh, okay. I'm ready. Tell away.
I mean, this is the stuff we talked about.
Who do you respect?
You, like, when you do these things that, like, you try to be funny and you try to, like, be the funny guy of the roles have been assigned, right? And I didn't assign these roles. You didn't assign these roles. The people contribute to these roles, but the roles were assigned by God. I am the comedy.
Sure.
I am the funny guy of this podcast. Don't ever do that again.
Okay. I'll try not to. Tell us who you respect so much.
I do respect Victor Hugo and his respect him respect him much more than you at this point, but I do respect his toughness. I do respect his durability. I do respect his aggression. The issue is Daniel Marcos. I agree, he didn't look great against Davey Grant. He was very tentative, but he kind of is a counter striker. That is where he excels. He excels when he fights somebody like Simon Oliveira, who got in his face, through the wild stuff, is a very, very aggressive grappler as well. Wants to get some fight to the ground. Doesn't have the takedowns that I think Victor Hugo possesses. I think he's probably a better wrestler, but is just as dangerous on the ground, will come out aggressive. Daniel Marcos thrives against people that are aggressive and in his face. He wants to counter-strike, and he is such a clean counter-striker when he does counter-strike. You saw the systematic breakdown of Simon Oliveira, the body shots, the knees when somebody gets too aggressive. Everything that he does in his counter-striking is so good. Wasn't ever really able to counter-strike Davey Grant because Davey Grant was kind of waiting as well. It was a weird range game where nothing was really happening. They were kind of following each other around. I like Daniel Marcos in this matchup. I fully respect the danger that Victor Hugo does possess, not only on the ground, but on the feet. I don't think Daniel Marcos is going to be an undefeated prospect forever. I don't think he's going to go undefeated to be a champ. Eventually, he's going to slip up. This could be the opportunity. So while I am picking Daniel Marcos, I agree the odds are a little bit wide. And I have a little bit of money on Victor Hugo.
Oh, okay. Did you put it on premium yet, or we're still waiting for that nonsense?
I'm finishing up those right now.
Do it. Yeah. Do it. How about you do it while I talk?
That's what I was doing the entire time. There's a lot of bets this week, so I was literally typing the entire time you were talking. I was wondering if you were going to notice and try to stall out, but you didn't.
Anytime I see you typing, I assume it's getting.
You're just looking at live chat, waiting to see what I'm saying.
That's exactly assuming you're trying to get them to make me.
Hey, I'm a man of the people. Nonsense. I'm always talking to the people.
Yeah, the man's a little loose, but sure.
A little loose.
So who did you end up picking?
I like Daniel Marcos to win, but I respect, and if you get what I'm saying, I respect the power and finishing ability of Victor Hugo. I think Daniel Marcos is probably going to win a decision.
But was that like a nod to the bet or something? Okay, I don't know what the hell's happening.
Well, you're obviously not following, but I think somebody gets it.
Okay. Anyway, I may throw something on a little bit of Vicky Hughes over here.
Wow. Imagine that.
He's got, I got it now. He's got 28 fights. So it's not like some just UFC newcomer with 9 fights that's untested. 28 fights. And yeah, you dig into it. It's not, some of those wins are a little hollow, but he's beaten the people he's supposed to beat. 4 losses is not nothing, especially over 28 fights total. So I might throw a little something on Victor Hugo.
It's an exponentially more than Daniel Marcos.
Yeah, 15 to 28. It's quite a bit more, 70%.
What?
How about that math?
No, I was saying his losses are exponentially more than, because Daniel Marcos is 0, so you can't.
Oh, wow. Well, he could have one. Actually, somebody in the comment section was like, Daniel Marcos is not undefeated. He's 14-1. He lost to Davey Grant. It's like, listen, I don't think he looked great. He
busted up
Davey,
man. I mean, yeah. Davey Grant was pretty busted up in that fight, so. Pacers are down 4:30 seconds to go. Fuck.
There's a lot of hills people are willing to die on with some of these fights. And what's funny is,
can you believe that somebody 5 months ago said that France?
Anyway, $7,300 in DraftKings. Listen, when you make yourself a DraftKings lineup, you need some underdogs. You need some affordable people. You have $50,000 to work with, and you have to draft 6 fighters. So you got to make it work with some affordable fighters. I think Victor Hugo is a great affordable fighter at $7,300 for your DraftKings lineup. That's what I think, Jakey boy. Do you as well?
He's probably the better value of the two, honestly. I think he's probably the better value of the two. I wouldn't play. Shit. I don't think I'm playing. What was that?
I said, no shit. We just spent 5 minutes talking about it, and you're like, I think maybe potentially the better value.
Well, we didn't talk about DraftKings, and I think Daniel Marcos is going to win the fight. I think so, and you picked Daniel Marcos as well, so there could be a question that he's the better value. What did I say?
He isn't the better value.
7 minutes ago about you chiming in with the nonsense.
Anyway, I think I'm going to do it. $7,300. I will explore a few bets. Plus 215 is looking pretty good. Might make something happen there. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member to unlock all the bets, including the ones Jacob's typing right now to push to the website. There you go. Wow, you're such a fast typer.